Are you looking to sell your house? Under normal circumstances, that's why people find themselves here, and there are a few questions that I do get asked quite often by sellers, so let me answer those questions. The first and probably most common problem I see, or question that I get, is pretty general. What comes first, the sale of your existing home or the purchase of a new one? While everyone's situation is unique, there are a couple common ways that this happens. It's actually not that common that a seller can purchase a new home prior to listing their existing home. It requires additional lending, like a bridge loan or credit of some kind, or enough cash in hand combined with the ability to take on a second mortgage payment. If you're in that unique situation, skip ahead. What happens more often is that a seller needs to sell first in order to purchase a new home. In this instance, if you have the ability to stay somewhere other than the home being sold, you can put as much as possible in storage and keep what you need where you're staying, and leave only enough furniture that is needed for staging in the home while it's being sold. If that's not an option, you can live in the house while it's being marketed, and we'll base all of our showings on your ability to leave the property when necessary. This happens all the time, and there are certain measures that we can take to help ensure safety and security for your health and belongings. Because every situation is different, I'll end this part by also stating that when we sell your home and you need the funds to purchase a new one, the sales will be made contingent on one another. Meaning your sale will be contingent on finding suitable housing, and your purchase will be contingent on the successful closing of your sale. Another common question that I get is, can we sell as is, or do we need to worry about making updates and repairs to get more money? Now, this is also situation dependent, but I suggest looking at how much you need to make from your sale. We can go over the cost of selling your house, how much you currently owe on it, and look at its current market value, and we should be able to come up with a net amount that you will make on the sale. From there, we can determine whether we can afford to make repairs prior to listing, or if there are some updates we want to make that we will recoup with the sale. The thing about updates is you might not always make back what it costs to have it done. The thing about repairs is it'll affect how much you can get for the house, and you may need to do the repairs in order to make the sale happen. But depending on the types of repairs needed, you can price it accordingly, or maybe negotiate in the sale to have those repairs made if all parties agree and it's worked into the price. In the instance that you need money from the sale in order to purchase a new house, we also need to get with the lender in advance to listing so we know exactly how much we need to make, how much wiggle room we're going to have, and plan accordingly. When is the best time to sell? Well, as the saying goes, there's no better time than the present. Rates are starting to go back up, but there are also way more buyers than sellers right now. So as long as inventory stays low, there really is no better time than now. I will also say that buyers tend to slow down their searching some in the winter and pick up as it warms up. In Nashville, it seems like the hotter it is outside, the hotter the market gets. I have an alert that I can send that will show you exactly how many sales are happening around you and how many buyers there are looking for a house like yours. If you want to get those alerts, they're called market alerts, and there's a link right below this video on the page. Sign up, and it should help us figure out when will be a great time for you to sell. Now, of course, you want to know how much your house is worth. More specifically, is your Zestimate accurate? I can tell you that Zillow has a pretty good idea of what your house is worth. But keep in mind that Zillow is like Opendoor now, and they're what's called an iBuyer, which means they want you to know how much your house is worth, at least to the extent that you might be interested in selling it to them. If you want to know how much your house is really worth, I need to know some info about it, and I can get you a real market analysis and broker price opinion. Now, is it a good idea to sell to an iBuyer? What you need to know is that selling your house retail will get you the most money you can get, period. If you sell to an iBuyer, they may come close to selling with an agent, but they're still just an investor looking to resell the house, and they have to be able to mark it up when they do. I can also help selling to an iBuyer as with any other transaction, but they're not going to offer you what they know they can get for it. Not to mention, you're still going to have closing costs and fees associated with the sale that will bring your net down. Your home is your investment. If you want the greatest return, you should sell it at the retail market price if you can. This feels like a lot already in this video, so I'm going to stop there, and I know that I didn't answer all your questions, so please contact me. Shoot me an email, call me, text that same number. I'm available for any questions or concerns that you might have. And get this, I want to hear from you whether you want to sell now, in 3 months, next year. The more time we have, the better plan we can come up with, and the more you have the potential to make. I'm around, and I hope to hear from you soon.